Bring Back Boring 2.0 is next level shit. This is understanding the new meta skill. It's probably been around for a while. The new meta skills for you is in two parts. Where is your business right now? Where do you want it to be? Who do you need to become that business to get to that point? They are the skill set to go and learn. Is it sales? Is it communications, leadership, marketing? This is not theory. Everything I'm sharing today is from my practical experience of running a real painting business today.
Hey guys, welcome to the Painter's Circle, where we help painting business owners scale their operations, increase profitability, and gain more time freedom. I'm Taz Mullis, and in this podcast, I'll share actionable tips, expert strategies, and real-world insights that'll help you grow your painting business without burning you out. Ready to take your painting business to the next level? Let's go. Oh yeah!
Way back. Now, I want to tell you a funny story. I was watching an old YouTube video of myself from 4 years ago. In this video, I was talking about bring back boring. Now, had a lot of conversations lately around business, consistency, keeping things simple, but more importantly, a key thing to understand, it's the boring stuff that gets us the results. What happens is we try to make it exciting and we try to look for the next new thing. So we've got this thing that's working right now. We've got a good team, we've got good systems and processes, and we go, oh, what if I go chase this next bright, shiny object, job management system, market, new advertising campaign, a marketing campaign, or lead gen campaign? We chase these new things when in our business, there's things that we do every day, every week, every month that are consistent, sometimes boring, that give us the results that we get. Now, the hilarious thing is I'm watching this video of myself on this concept called Bring Back Boring. And the premise of that video was around when we get overwhelmed in business. So we get overworked, right? And then we get overwhelmed and then we can't make decisions because we're stressing out. So I was telling that story 4 years ago about how I like to slow down and look at what is the next critical step that I need to focus on. I have to remove the noise and distractions so I can focus on the next step, because it is in doing the boring that gets us through those problems and tasks. Fast forward today, I'm watching this video. And the funny thing is I'm watching this video, and if you've seen any old content of mine in the past, I like to do it in the gym and on the roll. And I'm rocking backwards and forwards, while I'm sharing this. I'm using my hands, I'm rocking backwards and forwards, and I'm watching how distracted I am. And this is natural. I'm not even trying to do this subconsciously at that level. Yeah, I don't want to put labels on this. I don't want to put it's A, B, C, D, element of G, ADHD, or whatever the D's are going to be. This is not one of those conversations, but I know that I have had to slow things down because I will chase the next bright, shiny object, the next cool thing, instead of keeping things simple, doing the reps, being consistent, keeping it boring. We are always looking for the next thing. So we get something that works and we stay on that track. And for whatever reason, we get a little bit bored and we chase something else. And we look for something that's hard because for whatever reason, we feel like business needs to be hard. It doesn't need to be hard. And the funny thing about watching that video 4 years ago, and I fast forward to today, is that I know, especially today I'm at day 700 days of tracking my performance. And the whole purpose of that is to slow me down every single morning. I know I need to have a practice in my day to prevent me from going off with distractions. And it's simple. It happens to all of us. Little things like waking up, getting on the phone and scrolling Instagram or Facebook stories, checking emails. They're distractions. I know when I do that too many days in a row and I get into emails, I start responding to emails, probably get out of bed, have some water or do anything, I'm into distractions. Multiply that by all the options in your day. You have all these activities that happen in your day, and we're doing all these things to keep busy instead of focusing on what are the key, critical, core things in our day that if we do move us along the line and faster than if we didn't do it. So I know I need to do that for myself. And it's funny that I watched it today, I watched it 4 days ago, I watched this video from 4 years ago, how much I used to be very distracted at things around me. Probably, I still have this thing because I draw a lot, I'd move my hands a lot when I talk, so I know I do this naturally. So I know I have to have a practice to slow down. So this video is about Bring Back Boring 2.0, because I want to go down into how things have changed over the last 4 years. And I know working with business owners, the majority of my time when I'm working with clients is removing the distractions so they can go faster. The funny thing with coaching, clients come to us and go, it feels like a lot of work. Our job when we're working with our clients and with people is to identify the things that aren't working and remove them. Because what happens over time in business, we start working, we start growing, start moving forward, and we keep adding these things to our plate. We have this new task, we have this new task, we have team growth, we have this new task. The problem is a lot of those tasks that you used to do when you started out no longer serve the business as much as you believe they do. I'm telling you now, having seen businesses from 300K, 500, 800 mil, 1.52, 2.53, 3.54, $5 million bucks, at every level, your projects and actions change. Now, if you're hanging on to all the activities, dare say distractions, as you're going through that business development, you are carrying so much stuff that doesn't actually move the needle. And I don't think it's actually your fault. I think as tradies, we're wired that way. I'm going to break down where we should focus on the boring stuff. And it's in the boring stuff that actually moves your business. Because if we do business right, it's consistent and we just do the reps and we get the outcome. When business gets too exciting and we're putting out fires, and I can tell you this from experience, sometimes we feel like being the micromanager and putting out fires is the thing that we think business is. It's not. It's just a shit ton of noise, busyness, and activity that we feel like justifies our position in the business. It's completely a waste of time. It does not add value to the business. So in relation to where we focus on the boring activities in business, so I'll tell you why we probably struggle with this, is the majority of us as tradies, we work with our heads. So more than likely, we're at school and we're listening to the teacher teaching us something, and we're learning about things we don't actually care about or interested in. We find it boring and we hate it. We take that memory and project it in today into learning skills in business like financial literacy, understanding our numbers. Like these are skill sets that are required to the business for you to be better at business. The skills of communication, sales, marketing, these are all skill sets, leadership. But we have to learn that, okay? So I know that we're traders and we're used to working with our hands, and that's probably why we couldn't sit still. I want to share with you a couple of skills now. Because I've been observing things over 700 days, I can see that there's two really important areas to focus on in your business that aren't input, throughput, or output related, but they are very important to your business becoming better. Now, the first is when we have to learn a new skill set as a business owner to be able to take our business to whatever the next level may be. So a skill set could be sales. I'll give you a real example. Right now, I am learning and have been learning about AI. Went through the automation learning phase 5-6 years ago. Now we're in the AI learning phase. There's the camp of AI that want everything to go back to 1990. I grew up in the 80s and 90s. So there's that camp there. There's a camp that are embracing AI and want to take the future. There's a lot of fear around that, okay? And the fear around AI that I hear from people, not just in work, in parties and barbecues and talking to people, is that AI is going to take our jobs. We're going to lose sales, conversions, clients to AI. There's that thought process. For me, AI is not going to take your jobs. The person that understands and controls AI is going to be able to take the jobs because they're going to understand the information, the numbers better than you. They're going to deliver it better than you. They're going to read data better than you. AI is a tool. It is a tool to leverage our skill set. So I am on the learning side of AI because I want to learn about it. So I'm investing my time as much as I don't like sitting down and reading and writing and thinking and watching content and learning about AI as much as anyone else. But I understand my job as a business owner is to do the boring things. And the number one boring thing for you as a business owner is learning. What is the top 3 things, skill sets you need to become and learn for your business to go to the next level? If you're not sure what they are, think about where your business is right now. Okay, right here. Think about where it wants to be. And let's say you're running a $1 million painting business and you want a $2 million painting business. the first thing you want to ask yourself is, who do I look like, or who do I have to be running a $2 million painting business? Because to be somewhere else, you need to become something else. So the skill set of someone that can run a multi-7-figure painting business, they need to have financial literacy. You can't avoid that. If you don't understand the numbers of your business, it's very unlikely you're going to get to that multi-7-figure number, stay at that 7-figure number, and maintain it. It's unlikely. So the learning skill is, I should start learning and improving until you become that person that is financially literate. How is your business going to get to that point in time? So for me, learning is the meta skill of business improvement. When you're running a business that size, you're going to need leadership skills. You're going to need them. You're going to need to be able to run multiple projects because you can't micromanage every person in a team. When you run a team that size, a few teams that size, it's unlikely you're good at every single job. So you're going to have to understand workflow and process development. So you see how these things require learning, and see how the object in the way is the boringness of learning. Business at its fundamental core, if you understand this, someone needs to do the boring learning work, because the longer you take, in the example I shared before about becoming financially literate, the longer it's going to take to get there.
Just quickly, guys, if you're a painting business owner and you're overworked, overwhelmed, and underpaid, we can help. Hit the link below in the show notes to learn more. Now back to the episode.
So a meta skill is learning with the intention of becoming better. Reps over time. The next meta skill is the boring part of continual learning. You're probably asking, what does that mean, Des? Let's continue learning. I'll give you an example. I am always learning and maintaining my skill sets on sales and marketing. Now, you know me, I'm going to draw it. For me, there's 3 core functions of a painting business. That's input, throughput, output. Okay? I'm going to keep it really simple. Input is sales and marketing. Sales and marketing. This is where you make the money. You want to know about that? There's another podcast about that. This is where you make the money. Throughput is scheduling and delivery. Scheduling the work and getting the work done. Okay? This is where you spend the money. Labor, materials. So you make the money in sales and marketing. You spend the money getting the job done. And in output, it's all business administration and data tracking. Like I was talking before, the financial literacy, understanding that. And this is where, so this is business act. So this is where you're tracking the money. How did we perform? Simplest explanation of input, throughput, output. Good. So the reason why I, in my business, is focused here is because this is where I add the most value to the business. I add 0 value doing admin. 0. Now, I can read the numbers. I can read the data. I know what it's telling me because this data indicates what I do here and here. So you need financial literacy, the skill set, you need to learn it so you can build your business. I add little value here because I haven't been on tools since 2008. I add little value to the business here. My skill set is here. So in your business, where are you right now? Where do you add the most value to your business? If you're doing this, I encourage you to get out of this class because this is a cost. As you can see, I don't know how to make money here. I haven't figured it out. There may be a way. If you know, can you put a comment or message and hit me up? Because if I can figure this out, I do it. I haven't figured it yet. It's a cost and not overhead. If you're here, that's cool. Optimize this. Get better here. Tracking, performance, hours, target budget hours, performance of the team. Get better here by learning. You're not going to get better by being a better painter. You're going to get better by understanding how do I perform consistently over time. I personally continually learn about sales and marketing, hence the AI. This is what happens. This is the time. Whatever the timeline may be, I'll pick 6 months. You go to the gym or you do exercise. You go for a walk every day for 30 minutes. And everything's going well. So when you're doing physical exercise at a moderate rate, you're just maintaining your health and fitness. Then you decide to take a nap. You take 2 days, 3 days off. And then all of a sudden, you stop doing that for 3 or 4 months, what happens to your physical health and potentially your mental health is you start drifting off where you were. So whatever this baseline is right now, you start drifting off because you are not continually improving in that area. Now, this is not the same for business. So for me in sales, if I don't continually maintain my skill set in sales and marketing, and then with so much changing so fast, I reckon in the last 5 years, the marketing landscape has changed. Automation, AI, how much content you can create, so much content you create in so many formats. If you're not up to date, you're going to be dropping the ball. So for me in sales, I'm continually maintaining my skill set because I don't want to drift off. When clients come to me and go, Taz, I'm taking in sales. I don't know what to do. I don't know what's going on. Our sales are drifting off. We see when you're drifting off over time. So let's go. That's month 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 months. My number one question always when I'm talking to them is, okay, can you tell me how many hours per week do you spend talking to past clients, current clients, potential clients? That metric, the number of hours, is always the key indicator of this drifting off. Because once upon a time when they're doing it well, they took a lot of people. Then they're doing less and less and less until they drift over time. How do I get better over time? And this is the learning skill, is the number 2 learning skill, is continual improvement, which is boring. I know. So look, what I'm trying to share with you is business, and its very core function when you do it right, is process driven. Processes are not exciting. What gets your business where it needs to go is not flashy and exciting. When I watched that video and I watched me rocking on the roller, fidgeting, talking, I went, wow. My brain was so distracted at that time, it was very hard for me to focus. Now, I have to slow down every day to focus on my intention because your success in your business is 100% determined by your ability to focus on intention, focus on the thing you need to focus on, and ignoring the distractions when you wake up answering emails, TikTok, Facebook, Insta. Interesting enough, the world out there is designed to distract us. So everyone, everything out there is vying for our attention, and we all have 24 hours in the day. We all have 5 days a week. So if you are splitting your energy up into a lot of activities and not focusing on 2 areas sometime of that week, focusing on the time and attention on learning a new skill set, if you're not doing that over a period of time, do you think you're going to go off target or to the goal? This may look simplistic because it is. The hardest part, I'm going to say this, the hardest part of all of this is not the actual activity because it's not rocket science. I'm not that smart. That is not the hardest part of it. The hardest part is staying focused and removing distractions. That is the hardest thing by far because I know drawing, flip charts, I use my hands a lot, I row, I talk. I even do videos now on the treadmill because I can't sit still. It is so hard. And I understand more than likely you being a painting business owner, you being a trade business owner, you work with your hands and we are conditioned to work with our hands. We just don't like learning this stuff. So bringing back boring 2.0. 1.0 was understanding that we all get overwhelmed. We all get overwhelmed because we overwork and that we have so many options and we can't decide and we spin. To slow that down, we focus on the 1 or 2 things in front of us and nail that thing and move to the next thing. Bring Back Boring 2.0 is next level shit. This is understanding the new meta skill. It's probably been around for a while. The new meta skills for you is in 2 parts. Where is your business right now? Where do you want it to be? Who do you need to become that business to get to that point? They are the skill sets to go and learn. Is it sales skills? Is it communication skills, leadership, marketing? This is not theory. Everything I'm sharing today is from my practical experience of running a real painting business today. So this is not something I learned from a book. This is not something that I did 10 years ago when I used to have a painting business. This is not something where I had a business, but I had to let it go because it couldn't run without me. This is a business that runs without me. This is real. Where are you trapped right now? Where do you feel you can add a new skill set to take you where your business needs to go and focus there? Me, I'm always going to lean to here. That's another video I've done before about why this is important. But for me, my skill set is maintaining my ability around sales and marketing because that is where I make the money. Number two, meta skill set is maintaining that skill set, whatever it happens to be. So if you're in operations and you love being on the tools, you obviously keep maintaining that skill set because you keep doing it. It's logical. But in business, it's not just about the thing that we do. It's not just about the painting. That's a function. It's an outcome of the services that we offer and sell. It is not the business. It's understanding what are the skill sets that I have that I need to maintain. I need to get time for that. Now, that is the work. The work is not the thing that you do. That is just a function activity in your business. The primary work for you and your business is to become better, to learn the skills, to become the person that you need to become, to have the business that you want to have. Primary skill number one. Secondary skill number two is maintaining that skill set. That is the work. It is the amount of work you do away from business that determines how well your business does. It's not in the things. Bring back boring 2.0. I've seen it time and time again. So from nothing to bringing in a job management system built into the business for admin, for the operations manager, for the team, and for the business owner. Everyone I speak to, they think it's the silver bullet. It is a tool. If you do not take the same level of thinking, 6 months, minimum of learning, applying, getting better, learning, applying, getting better, and to understand workflows and processes in your business that your team can buy into because your team has to use it, and you stop it at month 2, you know what happens? Business is a long game. Whatever you do in your business is going to take time. It's an important project that takes time. You need to allow time for it. And the problem is going to be, it's going to get boring and frustrating and you will quit. Most business owners quit way too early. So the whole point of bringing back boring is to tell you, that's the point. We don't live in an Instagram world. We don't live in the Facebook world, TikTok world. We don't live in the movies where they can build a business in 90 minutes and it's all sexy and glamorous. That's not the real world. In the real world, things take time. But that's the reality. If you're getting the result, keep doing the thing. Keep doing the basics. Learn the next meta skill that'll take you to the next level. Understand that you've got to focus on minimum maintaining where you're at, but ideally improving over time. And that is your job as the business owner. I spend more than 4, probably 6 to 8 hours working on meta skills, maintaining my skill set in sales, maintaining my skill sets in leadership, learning this new thing at the moment called AI. But there's always something new to learn. Not a rabbit hole, learning with the intention to execute to improve my business. Very different to sitting on TikTok watching cool shit. AI isn't going to steal your work. The person that controls AI will steal your work. It's a tool. That's where I spend my time for QPaint. Trust me, most people don't do it because it's boring and we all have different levels of it. I'm starting to realize watching so many years of content, like I went back 4, 5, 6, 7 years ago, how much I didn't realize now that I'm distracted a lot. But in saying that, there is a way. So bring back boring 2.0. Hashtag bring back boring. Let's bring that one back. If you want to build a successful business over the next 2, 3, 4, 5 years, don't get annoyed when something's boring. That is the point. You need to press on and keep learning. That is the difference between the business owners that succeed and the business owners that don't. Stay tuned. Be well, as usual. See you later. Bye.
Hey guys, if you got value from today's episode, make sure to subscribe so you never miss expert tips. If you want some support, check out the link in the show notes and see how we can help you. Don't forget to follow us on socials @PainterCoach. Stay cool, be well, and as usual, see you in the interwebs. Bye.